Hey, everybody, how we doing? Is everybody doing okay? Everybody's looking good in the chat, I will say. But we got a special guest today. We got the Detroit atheist queen, Kelly. So what's going on? There we go. How we doing? Uh-oh. Oh, you're muted. Sorry.
Yeah, because you said it was hot, so I didn't
No,
want to be
I
speaking. Well,
I always
anyway, thank you for having me. I just want
yeah.
to get into this Fundie stuff and get a few laughs today before I go hanging out with my daughter to see Scream.
Oh hell yeah. Those movies are so good. I was good
I
on
know.
that note. Um what did you hear about that whole thing with them like replacing damn of course I can't think of her name now. Just because she said free Palestine and
Nev
the
Campbell?
no Nev it wasn't Nev Campbell. She was the one that ended up replacing her because it was she's the original
No,
Sydney, right?
was that the one who they replaced?
Yeah, yeah, they replaced the girl,
Shut
the
up.
woman, I should say, that was doing it. Of course, I can't think of her name, but I think she was like playing like what's his name's daughter, the bad guy from the first one. Anyway,
Oh,
you know what I'm
her.
talking
I
about?
liked her.
Yeah, she was great, right? And it's just like this
She did
whole
a
other
great
angle.
job too.
Yeah, I really liked the direction they were going, but she
Yeah.
said free Palestine, and they're like, yeah, yeah, you're fired. What? It's like for what? What are you talking about? This is
I
crazy.
liked her.
And then when the Wednesday Adams lady, she went with her in solidarity, and then Nev Campbell and them came back for the rewriting of it. And I was like, what the hell? This is crazy.
Wow.
Just for saying
Yeah,
free
I liked
Palestine.
her in there. She had a really a smooth.
It was just yeah, it was
I
different.
was
They
like,
took it in a
yeah,
different direction, right? But all
yeah.
right. Well, so
But
how
I
you
have
doing?
seen like a few people in real life, they talk documentaries of how they were children of like serial killers and stuff like that,
Oh yeah.
and how yeah, it was like documentary, and how they didn't see signs, but then after they got caught, they self clicked
Yeah.
about how they were doing things.
It's like they can finally like see like, oh
It was
yeah,
like,
no,
wait,
that actually
that's
does
why
kind
my
of
dad
track.
never let me pets.
Right. Right. He was very
All my
secretive
pets
about
just
stuff.
constantly disappeared.
Right, right.
What happened to my
Constantly
dog
going out.
Benji? Yeah.
That's
Now they
funny.
realize that's why.
God, that's freaky to figure that out. Like, wow, that person was doing that the whole time, and I didn't even realize it. That's
Yeah.
that's wild. But
Thanks,
so
Maya. You said it's been a
oh,
fairly
my is
spectacular. Thanks, Maya.
hell yeah. Oh, that's awesome. Hell yeah. Yeah, you've been all over the place lately, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't even know how y'all wanted me everywhere. What did I do to deserve this?
Hey,
I'm not
just being
worthy.
you.
I'm not worthy.
uh, that's funny. No, but like, so tell me.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, tell me a little bit about Black non-believers in Detroit. You run that chapter, correct?
Yes.
How's that going?
It's, oh, it's great. I do a lot of collaboration with Sunday Assembly, with the Michigan Atheists and the Michigan Humanists of the Detroit area, and we do a lot of events. We're working on a two-part series where we're going to the African American Museum. That was postponed because of the weather last week, but we're going to do it in the 15th. And then on the 29th, we're going to the Holocaust Museum
Oh, damn.
to
That,
talk,
that's a lot
to
of
have a little
trauma.
tour and
All
stuff.
this, Jesus, that is so much trauma in both of those museums. But
Yeah,
no,
but it's something that needs to be seen and heard.
yeah, definitely, absolutely. I'm kind of surprised that that hasn't been like defunded or something under Trump
That's why
yet.
we need to get there now before they
Right.
do it.
And I mean, and I'm joking, but I probably shouldn't have even put that out there in the universe because watch.
I mean, joke, but it's sadly it's possibility. But I'm
Yeah,
just trying to build a safe space for minorities and those allies to be able to come together without fear. That's what I want to do.
Yeah. That's what we got to do at
We
this
can
point,
hang out, have fun and stuff.
right? You can't let them win like
So,
that, you know?
no.
They want to overwhelm you. That's what I'm realizing their trick is. And so often they overwhelm you and make you think that the world's against you when really it's the opposite. They're liars and they just want to make it look like
Exactly.
everybody agrees with them when it's just not true. They don't have the numbers. They're just constantly lying, creating bots and stuff to make it seem like it. It's wild.
Well, I don't understand a lot of people's process because their agenda, you think right now they're not using, you don't care because it's not affecting you personally right now.
Yeah.
And that's not a humanity position. If it's gonna hurt anybody, it's not a good way to think how things should be done.
Yeah.
So that gets to me. Like, I didn't think they were going to deport my husband. Then they
really?
do.
Damn.
I know a few
Really?
people that happened to them that their
Right.
spouse got deported,
Yeah. And, and they're like, no,
and
I
they were
thought they were just
crying.
going after the criminal.
I have no compassion for you because you voted for him,
Yeah.
or that's what you chose.
Yeah.
Oops, sorry. Nope.
I know. It's like, and I don't know how these people didn't see this coming. It's they're just like, oh wait, I didn't think he was going to do that to me. And it's like, dude, what the hell did you think was a mass deportation means? Like, what do those words mean to you?
Yeah, like I'm a part of a union.
Me too.
And
Yeah.
so people, when they voted for these contracts, I said, why are we voting for this? This does not help everybody. We're not going to get everything we want, but this is a one-sided contract, and it's really favoring the company over the people. What is wrong with you guys? And they'll be like, well, I'm not a temp. What should I care about what a temp or whatever?
Right.
I got all that I need. I'm about to retire anyway in 10 years.
Right. You're like, then what
Then
are
they mad about what's going on.
you? Yeah.
I told you. What is wrong with you?
Like, right?
Something that's small. Even with the local stuff, I tell people, they want to listen to me like I don't know nothing. I've been researching this for a long time. I see how stuff goes to play. Then they want to come to me saying I was right. Oh, really? I was?
Wow. I mean, at least they told you were right afterwards, I guess. But
Yeah, I guess
it's
so.
like,
That was yeah. That was
one,
yeah. I guess that was
bright
about
side.
the yeah.
Just, it's the silver lining, I guess.
Yeah, but the damage is done already though. Like we got 3 more years with this 2, 3, whatever the hell it is.
I don't know how we can handle that. Somebody's going to have
I
to
don't
invoke the
even know.
25th.
We
This
need
is
to
getting
get our
insane.
compound, our community together. Math Pick said it's a nice island right outside of Ireland. And we need to just do that. Get away
Right?
from this.
Hell yeah. I bet honestly, we should take back that other, like, Epstein's Island. Like, what are they doing with that island now? Like, I feel like we can just have it now, right? Now that they've gotten
Yeah. We can just
arrested and
make it for a
just
damn good.
that's right. Yeah. Break it down into, and then create it in our,
Bleach
for what
it
we
real
want.
good. Bleach it.
That's right. Get the germs out. Jesus. Oh my God. That's so
But
funny.
speaking of this, one time I did a security, was in law enforcement for some years. So I go in, you have a booth. Why was a homeless person in my booth with no clothes on? Just laid out sleep in my booth. Broke in.
Oh my God. Wow.
So I had to
That's
sit
awkward.
outside the whole day because I wasn't going in that booth, even though they put them out.
You're like, yeah, but do you guys, can you clean literally everything? He was naked.
Yeah, like he was laying naked on the floor. Like, what is
Oh my God.
Why my booth?
Oh man, that's funny.
And he got mad that I walked in because I didn't see him there at first because it was dark. He got mad at me.
What are you waking me up for? What are you doing?
Yeah,
Trying to sleep here. I had that happen one time, like, as I used to live right down the street from a homeless shelter.
Okay.
Because I was, I dealt with a lot of that, and so just moved down the street. But and I remember I was like opening up the door like a few, and it happened more than once, which is just insane. But like I would go out, be heading out the door in the morning to go to work, and my door would open out, and I had like a little stoop, and I would hit somebody in the head. I was always like opening my own front door, and they'd be like, "Hey, well, I'm sleeping here, man. Why you open the door? Like, look before you open." Like, why are you asleep on my stoop? What is going on? Looking at me like I'm the asshole.
I was an asshole.
Oh God, crazy. But so with the black non-believers though, so like what kind of stuff do y'all do specifically?
Um, Brunches, sit down and eat. Well, last time we went to a drag show.
That's
Sometimes
fun.
we might do like go to court, speak on different subject and topics. We do tabling, and the tabling is cool. We do something called a debaptism at the tabling. So it's really a theatrical thing, but you got people like really serious with it. We had the person, some people really were embedded in different cult religions. So they'll drag shows are so fun, Maya. So
What?
the person will
She's never
sit
been to.
down at the chair, whatever, and I don't really do the baptisms. I do mostly the camera. I've been film everything. So the person is
Right.
standing there with logic and reason. This water will evaporate, leaving you with a clear mind, a clear conscience, for you to have critical thinking.
That's
You are now
awesome.
better than you were 5 minutes ago. Boop. So they'll go and do that. And it's so we've had a lot of TikTok people who have been reviewing or what we're doing now, debate, whatever, watching, whatever,
Oh, right.
and talking
Like
about,
reacting. Yeah.
oh, yeah, reacting. Thank you. Sometimes simple words slip out of my mind.
Do me. Yeah, 100%. I'm right there. Holy
so,
shit.
so the reaction video, and it was like, I can't believe these people, don't they know they're going to hell for what they're doing? So
Oh my
that's real
God.
fun doing that. We do that a lot.
Right.
Um, so stuff like that. That's what we
That's
do.
awesome.
And
Hell
I'm
yeah.
up for different suggestions and people in my area. If I'm what you want
Like
to
a
do. We're planning. We're gonna do like a panic room thing one time. I'm planning that one day. We're gonna do like a murder mystery thing. So just different stuff to have fun.
right. That's
Some of
fine.
the stuff that I do is more business and professional, but
Right. So it's
I try to
more
have
like right,
fun.
like so like a social kind
A
of they're
social
like
thing,
hanging out
yeah.
and having fun.
Yeah, but
Oh, I love
sometimes
it.
we do have to have business. But we went up to Lansing, we spoke to a senator in Lansing, talked with her because she's more in the skeptic community, which we didn't know.
Hmm.
So something like that for us to see how we can get funding, how we can talk to get help.
Oh,
So
cool.
yeah.
Hell yeah. No, that's awesome. Oh yeah, that is important. Try to get out there to everybody. Do you do like a lot of like I don't know if it's called lobbying, but like organizing for political purposes, or is it mostly like at the moment doing kind of
We
mostly the
have a lot of
atheist stuff?
um things for like separation of church and state.
Okay, cool.
That's a big thing that we work on. So we have did a lot of rallies. We go to basically every No Kings march that they've had so far,
Hell yeah.
things like that.
Dude, that's cool.
But like I said, we talked to the senator and stuff.
Right
That
on.
was a skeptical senator and things like that. But yeah,
Dude, that's awesome. Hell yeah. No, you need that big time because we don't have like any representation um, as far as atheism goes, non-believers. It's like with zero representation politically, it seems.
now
For
I'm trying to have somebody on my show. She's so busy, but she's from West Virginia
oh
and
really?
she's running for a position. So she said she wanted to be on my show, but I think she's running for like a representative or something like that.
Hmm.
But
I
so I
know.
want to have her on my show soon. Yeah.
Damn, I can't
Yeah, I
think of
think
where
I
she's
probably
at.
do know. I didn't really
Is
want to
it?
say the name because I don't know if they want to be outed on here.
Oh, okay. It's not Christy Burke, is it? Or the is it Burke? Christy Burke? Something Burke. Um,
It's a
and
Crystal. That's one I know.
it is.
I didn't want to say the name.
Oh,
That's
it's
one that I
well.
know. Her
They
name is
publicly have
Crystal.
come out as running. If that's if you're talking about Christy Burke, yeah, she definitely has come out to say that she is running, which was great. I just watched that video the other day too, and I hear already people are talking about it and everything. That she's running. She did a deconstruction type YouTube channel and she did really well. And now she's running for office. It's like, hell yeah. That's so cool. That's
Tons of might be cracking me up.
yeah, tons is great. Always enjoy watching that dude go in the chat. And it looks like
Yeah, he's
we
so
got the
funny.
is that Joe in the chat as well? Oh yeah. I know
Yeah.
that's the Kentucky atheist. I can see that. Right?
Yeah.
Hell yeah. That's cool. Sweet. But yeah, so
Yes, that's what we
um
do.
that's awesome. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think the community is so important because half the time when you leave religion, um, that's like the first thing to go is you just feel so isolated and you got no one to talk to about it because everybody that you talk to about it is either just was already in your group or just doesn't understand at all, and they're just kind of looking at you like, okay, you're just not a Christian anymore. Why are you making it weird? But like they just don't get it, a lot of times. But or you're talking to other people that are
Yeah.
in the cult, and they get mad at you. But did you have a deconstruction experience like that, or
Um, well, my deconstruction story, say one thing that really gets me about a lot of people that came to be Christians, they don't go to church, they don't do nothing, and they just live their life, but then they want to talk about you who actually admit they don't believe in God.
oh, right,
So
right,
that's what gets me. I was that same way for a long time. I just didn't go.
right? Just went into it, but you get mad at people for not believing in God. Is that what you're saying? Like
Yeah, my
you
mom
don't
was the
do
same way. Like,
anything, but
you ain't went to church in 3 years, and you talk about me because I'm an atheist. What the hell?
but you still
Isn't it
listen,
worse? According to Paul, you if you're being lukewarm, it's worse.
right?
You got to
Yeah,
be either hot or cold.
right. You're gonna get
Lukewarm.
spit.
What are
You're gonna
you?
get you're gonna get vomited if you weirdest threat
Yeah.
ever, by the way, being vomited.
Just because you go to church on Easter, that means you're just holier than thou.
Right. Yeah. It's funny because it's like with people like that, I almost wonder if the reason that they get mad the most is because they can see that they're not doing the thing that they think they're supposed to be doing. And so it ends up being like this projection, where they're like really mad that you're
Yeah.
saying you're not a Christian because they are a Christian, but they're not doing anything. So then they feel guilty and then they put that guilt on you. You know what I
There are
mean? And they
people that are
start like,
saying, I'm spiritual.
yeah,
What's
yeah.
that?
I don't know. I always feel like I have to ask that.
Yeah, what does that mean?
And then they'll say something like vibrations. I'm like, not helping. I don't know what vibrations do. What vibrations? You know the energy? It's still not helping. No clue what you're saying. You said energy and vibrations. I got nothing. It's like unless you're talking about an electric guitar, I'm lost. But that's what you get,
Yeah.
I guess. All right. Did
That's
you ever?
crazy though. Huh?
Oh, go
Deconstruction
ahead.
story?
Nice.
Yeah, you have deconstruction story?
Hmm?
I mean, I did just talk about it yesterday on 604 show.
Oh, okay.
So tune into that. Watch
There you
that.
go. Yeah, we'll
But
just
I will say this. I started off Baptist. When I got to high school, I went to the International Church of Christ, so the ICOC, and
oh,
I spent years in that. And then eventually I went back to Baptist. And while I, on the side, went to different denomination of Christianity and visited like Hindu, Buddhist temples and stuff to see maybe if that was the right fit for me. And in the end, I ended up where I am today.
Well,
That's short version of everything. Boop,
nice.
5 seconds. Deconstruction story.
Nailed it.
But yeah,
What did you think of Buddhism? Like, honestly, I consider myself a Buddhist, but like only in like practice. Like I don't,
I
you know what I
liked
mean?
it.
Like a pragmatic Buddhist
The
kind of thing, I guess.
spirituality and stuff and the breathing
Yeah.
mechanisms and stuff like that was really cool. I
Yeah.
just went a couple times. I didn't want something I really was a boom. For a minute, I was like, I don't want to do nothing. I spent a
Right.
couple years just like being happy to be home on a Sunday. I could sleep.
Right. Right. Oh yeah, that is nice.
So for a long time, I didn't do anything, and then I started coming back. Like, well, then I started looking at shows and stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
But
That's awesome.
church was me watching the call-in shows. That was my church for some years by myself.
Well, I wonder if that's why they do them all on Sundays like that. It's like you can
Yeah,
have your like,
they all on Sundays because it was Friendly Atheist. He did one where he read the Bible
Mhm.
from Genesis to Revelations. So that's what I watched.
Right. It's like atheist Bible study kinda.
Yeah, that's what I used to watch. That
Oh,
Bible
yeah.
study.
That is awesome. Yeah, I enjoyed, a lot of his stuff. He was super helpful. When I went on, Holy Spirits and I was, like, having to, like, try to figure out I was doing the talking donkey story, and I realized as I was going into it, it's like, "Okay, I'm gonna have to, like, drunkly say this story," and then I was like, "I can't soberly say this story." I don't know why I chose but then I went and watched his breakdown of it in the, atheist Bible study, and I was like, "Oh, okay, I got
Yeah.
it now." It just, you forget,
Yeah,
you
it was
forget.
real helpful for me too.
Right.
I
Yeah,
was like,
he's
"Oh,
super cool.
okay." I wanna go and do, like, some Ethiopian or Nigerian goddess stories, something
Ooh,
nobody really heard about. That's what I wanna
ooh, that'd be
pinpoint
fun,
on.
right? That could
I've
be really
I've
interesting,
read a few of them here and there, but I wanna, like, really get into it so I can tell my when I go on, I can tell my story through that.
right?
'Cause nobody knows those stories.
No, no, you don't. Yeah,
Yeah.
I know a lot of those, and a lot of those religions, if I'm not mistaken, are, like, even older than Christianity and stuff. It's, like, far predates it.
I don't know who Gretchen is, but she said Joy reads Bible is great too.
Yeah.
I gotta see that.
What is
I
it?
never heard of
Oh,
her. Yeah, I don't
Joel?
know about
Oh, Joel reads the Bible, it's great. Huh, I've never heard of that one either.
me
Joel
either. I gotta
reads
see
the Bible.
about that one.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I actually really do
Yeah,
enjoy, atheist type Bible study stuff. Kip
yeah.
Davis is always great.
Oh, yeah, I
He's,
love him, yeah.
he's awesome. And, just a wealth of knowledge on that shit. Super cool.
I've
Um,
had him on my show. I gotta get Josh Bowen on my show now.
right. Oh, yeah, Josh is great as well. Probably only dude that could pull off, like, a bow tie and still
Yeah,
look kick ass.
he was cool. He wear him and them bow ties.
Bow tie Bible guy. That's right. Hell yeah. Well, here, check this. So this was super random too. So, if it gets weird, we'll turn it off. But there was this video. Apparently, they're still trying to do this TPUSA stuff, and having the people at the tables with the bed sheet on the table. That's a bed sheet, right? I feel like anyway, um, this is weird. Um, and so then they interview, I guess, like have people ask them questions, and then they, lie back at them and pretend like they're saying things that aren't, obvious lies. But let's see. You need Jesus. Prove me wrong. At go fuck or GCU. I thought it was GFU. I was like, oh, go fuck yourself. But church podcasts season 2. Um, did have you watched any of these type of things? These, like, change my mind sort of conversations that
Have and some a lot of them be from watching you.
they have? Nice. Yeah, I like messing with these sometimes. They're just funny. Um, and
Mhm.
kind of like what's going to come out from it. You know what I mean? Because they're outside talking to random people, so there's always that like possibility of something different happening, and we're not just having the same conversation over and over again. But so yeah, let's take a look. And again, I picked this while we were talking prior to the show, so
Okay.
I have
Okay.
not
So
watched
like
any
about
of this.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, 5 minutes ago when it popped up, because I was going to talk about one thing, and I was like, I don't know if I want to talk about that. I was going to talk about that Doug Wilson guy. Have you seen that dude? He's
I
like
might have, but I don't know the name right now. I see stuff, but I don't remember people's names too much.
I know. And Doug Wilson,
Irrelevant
the white
people.
guy.
I know
That's
your
the white
name
guy.
because you're relevant.
Right. No, he's just this really racist Christian nationalist piece of shit that Pete Hegseth just invited to the I don't even know what I guess the prayer breakfast or something.
Okay.
But yeah, that's Pete Hegseth's pastor, I guess. He's the worst. And that's why I was like, I don't even know if I want to deal with this. It's just like a lot.
I've actually led prayer and prayer breakfast before. Shh, nobody.
What? Oh no.
Yes.
Well,
I gotta get out.
left.
Sorry.
No.
I gotta leave now. I've done prayer and different prayer breakfasts before. Yes,
Maybe
I have.
it would be awesome if you could do it again as an atheist this time. Be like, hey, you guys, you gotta let us come. That's the Constitution. Right?
But we have to have an atheist type prayer though.
Oh yeah,
Pray with logic and reason.
that's
To
right.
interview.
In the name
Get
of
rid
logic.
of that biblical bullshit out.
Right. Oh, that would be funny. They would just get mad though, I guarantee it.
Yeah, I know. That'd be funny.
Let's see how this goes.
So I'm like, Mono, they don't ask, but they'll never ask me to pray at the holiday prayer anymore. They did, but now they don't do it anymore.
Oh, you broke you broke them of that, huh?
No prayer for Kelly. Because I'm not gonna say God one time in my prayer.
Oh, really? That's awesome. So you're just like praying to yourself? Is that what you're?
No, for the food, for the people, the hands cooking the food and stuff, thanking them, thanking everybody. But I'm not gonna praise a God that's not there.
Right. Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Just do it in prayer form.
I'm not saying nothing, do nothing bad.
Right.
I just don't put God in it or Jesus in it.
Okay. Yeah,
I thank the workers I thank the farmers for growing the food. That's the prayer I pray.
Right. Just properly being thankful. I get it. Yeah, that
being
makes
thankful.
sense.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That's too funny. All right, here we go. Let's see how this goes.
A verse a day. Do you believe that salvation is by grace through faith? Do you think that you have to take anything, whether it be, a verse a day, a church attendance, you have to give so much money? Is there anything that you can do to add to your salvation?
No, there isn't.
Is there anything you can do to take away from the work that Jesus did on the cross?
No.
Okay, so both these people are Christian. I don't know what we're doing. I don't even know why they're doing
this. It wasn't like he's a Middle Eastern person or some, Hindu or something as well.
Right. Yeah. It's like they just get up there and they're like, are you a Christian like as hard as I am though? Like, I think that's what he's trying to get out of him.
No, there isn't.
Is like, do you think you can do anything to give yourself salvation or whatever? When he's like, no, it's through grace, not by faith, lest any man should boast. Whoa, and everyone's like, yeah, there's no disagreement going on here at all. It seems.
Well, he's agreeing with him. So what the hell?
Yeah, this is not. I was really hoping for some, back and forth,
something interesting
debate. Yeah. It's like, no, just get people to agree with me at the TPUSA things from now on. Wow.
Okay, so I would say you have answered your question about communion.
I am Lucas Miles, Senior Director.
That was a coming up thing. Okay.
Hey. Oh, I always do that.
Faith, I will welcome you.
So what is he? Pastor Lucas. What's that? Oh, he's part of the
Senior Director and everything of TPSA. So
to the Strong Church Podcast. Today's episode,
the Strong Church Podcast. Come on, now I'm going to think your church is weak.
So is he taking over the podcast position person, or he's just another position in that stupid organization?
Yeah, I think it's just another stupid person in that organization because I don't think they actually have somebody that can really take over the way I think they wanted with Charlie Kirk or whatever. So now it's just sort of like this revolving door of morons that continuously
So
go.
instead of one moron, it's several.
Yeah, it's it reminds me of Hydra. It's like you cut off the head, and then it's just there's two more grow back in its place, and that's what we got with those people.
No.
Just multiplying morons. That's
That
it.
remind me of the Hercules. Remember that two-headed monster and could hide out, then 20 heads popped out?
Yes.
That's
Oh,
like
God.
this. Oh no.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. That's so funny.
It's a little bit different, but honestly, it's one of my favorites. Our team recently traveled to Grand Canyon University for another live campus event called You Need Jesus, Prove Me Wrong. The idea is simple. We open the microphone to students and invite them to challenge the claim that they need Jesus. No scripts, no fillers, just real questions in real time. What you're about to hear is honest. Students brought objections about the truth, morality, suffering, science, and even the existence of God. And some were skeptical, some were searching, some were pushing back hard. And that's exactly why we do this. Joining me was my good friend, Dr. Frank Turek. Frank has been down.
Oh, that was Frank Turek. I wasn't sure if that was him next to him because he looked so weird, but I guess that was him. Are you familiar with Frank Turek at all?
No, I'm not.
Okay. Yeah, he's like he does, I think it's called crossexamine.org or something. And he does like the same 4 Christian arguments over and over again.
Do they have any other argument? Don't they all use the same arguments?
No, yeah, mostly what Frank Turek relies on is like his misunderstanding of the word objective when it comes to morality. And he's like, you don't have a standard to even say if something is immoral or not. So I don't even know how you can say that anything is wrong. That's his one main argument that he uses, which is, yeah, just there's so much wrong with it. But yeah, exactly. It's like, okay. Just like, I feel like when people say that, they're like, so you're not even going to try to convince me, are you? You're just going to play games.
Yeah. I don't know.
Decades engaging skeptics and helping Christians understand why the Christian worldview actually holds up. Together, we work through questions with clarity, patience, and respect, always pointing back to the truth of the gospel. And I want to say this up front. The goal of this episode is not to win arguments. It's not to embarrass students.
Well, that's good. That's good. I would, if I were a Christian, I'd be saying that as well at the beginning. Hey, I'm not trying to win. Okay, here, I'm not trying to win any debates or arguments. I'm just trying to share the love of Christ, because you're not going to win any arguments. That's the point there, and that's so get it out of the way right away, I guess.
They say that, but then they get angry when you don't hold the same position as them. So make that make sense right there.
I know, right?
If we have a conversation and I tell them why I'm positioned to be an atheist, and then they chew my head off, how are they having that stance?
Because everything they say is a lie. They just lie. They're lying to themselves. They're lying to you. They're lying to just everything all the time. It's a lie. These people. Sad. It's sad when you lie so often you don't even know it,
Or to score debate points. The goal is to show that Christianity is not afraid of questions. Truth welcomes scrutiny, and Jesus invites honest seekers. As you listen, my prayer is that you'll hear both conviction and compassion, that you'll be encouraged to engage the people around you with confidence and grace, and that you'll be reminded that this next generation is asking big.
Look at this one too. I don't know if you can see this. It says woke.
If
Jesus.
your God was real, he would already know what's going to cause me to believe in him. So you should use your prayer for something else.
I know, right? It is. Even that doesn't make sense. But him saying that, I'm praying that God will reveal himself. Why does he need you to do that?
Yeah. Because even as a Christian, when somebody would come to me and say, "The Lord told me to tell you whatever,"
Right.
why can't God tell me? And that was
Right.
even as a Christian, I would say that.
It's like I pray to him
I don't
too.
want to hear
What
what you
tell
got to
you
say
stuff?
if it ain't coming from God.
Right. Like I was talking to him this morning. He didn't mention that shit at all. What?
Right?
It's like,
Not one bit.
that's weird. Usually when like somebody's like, hey, somebody's told me to tell you, and you would talk to them earlier that morning, you'd be like, no, they already told me because I talked to them earlier that morning and I already know.
Exactly.
That's
what
never
I would
seems
say.
to
God
happen.
already told me what he wanted me to know.
Right.
So that's what I would say.
Never
Yeah, you
happens
can
with
tell me what
right. Exactly.
God already told me what he wanted me to know. Y'all need to hear what you got to say. You
Exactly.
third person.
You just making stuff up.
No.
What I think.
Third hand account. Get out of here, Paul.
Exactly.
Questions because they're hungry for real answers. This is the Strong Church Podcast. Let's dive in.
Strong church.
Okay, so I guess this is from a different. So it's TPUSA Faith. So that's their, I guess, a side tangent of TPUSA. I didn't know they did that, but okay. It's a sub benefit subsidiary. I don't know what the fuck.
Bit of context about me before the question is I've got an Orthodox older brother, Eastern Orthodox, and then a Catholic older brother as well. And I used to be gung-ho Protestant. That being said, I'm not a full Catholic yet because the one question I can't get past is how do we know which interpretation of the Bible to trust? Because it seems like on the Protestant side, everybody's got their own opinion, and there's a lot of conflicting views and a lot of conflicting scholarship, and you just don't know who to trust. And then when I'm like, okay, well, the Catholics and the Orthodoxy, they both have the church as the foundation for interpretation. But the thing is, really smart people who are smarter than me convert to Orthodoxy, and really smart people who are smarter than me convert to Catholicism. So if I were to convert to Catholicism, that guy who's really smart and converted to Orthodoxy, am I saying that my opinion is better than his or that he was wrong?
Look, I think it's a good.
Holy shit. But before he moves on here, what a weird thing to say when you're like, there are smart people. There are people smarter than me that have chosen this way. But then there's also people that are smarter than me that have chosen the opposite to that. If there are people smarter than me doing two different opposing things, I don't know who to go with because I always just go with who's smarter. Is that what he's like trying? What?
I mean,
Wow.
I have to look at it like there's a lot of people that I know that's religious and they're highly intelligent. And it's like you can't grasp this one thing, and they're highly intelligent. They got like PhDs and everything, doctorates and all that. But when it comes to religion, I don't understand them.
It's
So
strange.
sometimes, I don't know.
I think part of it is because like when you're raised, and I don't know, if you were heavily indoctrinated into Christian beliefs and stuff, but like one of the big things that they do is they get you to not trust yourself. So him saying that was such a tell for me anyway in my mind, because like their whole thing is that like the authority, don't trust yourself, you're wrong, you're stupid, rely not on your own understanding, kind of thing. And then you got to find the authority to tell you the truth. But if you can't figure out who the authority is, if you're having confusion on that, then you don't know which authority. You're like, well, I want to hold on, there's too many other like more smarter than me people because I'm broken and stupid and can't think, so I need to find the correct authority, but now I can't figure out which one. It's just what a mind.
Remember, Jesus is a shepherd. We are his sheep.
Right.
Sheep aimlessly running around. We don't know what's going on. The only way we got where Jesus gets into the flock. He gets his flock together. That's only.
They always said that too. Like, and sheep are stupid. They'll run right off a cliff. You know that, like those lemmings.
That's what we are. We little sheep.
Yeah, they're sheep. They just do some following. But yeah, it's just funny to me out there because and that's why this is such a weird tactic when they're doing these like little debate things, because like you kind of have to be able to know your own positions to be able to debate, and you have to be able to decide on your own positions And in order to do that, you can't be only thinking what an authority says to think. You have to be able to figure stuff out for yourself, you know. And that's exactly what they try to not get people. They don't want you to think that way. So it's just funny when they don't want you to think that way, but then they want to like act like they are thinking that way in the field of people, you know, of the ideas, like having conversations as if everybody's deciding for themselves to think. But that's why him saying that was just so telling to me, you know.
That gets to me. I don't know.
It just it bothers because I think that was, it took me forever to figure out that was why I was having such a hard time deciding stuff, because I'm just so indecisive, because I wasn't allowed to make decisions. It was the authority that makes the decisions, not me, you know. And I just had to figure out, I was like, well, I just got to make sure the authority is telling me the decision to make, and then I can just do it. But if there's no authority over me anywhere, I'm just like, I don't know what to choose about anything, you know, because I was programmed that way. But it's kind of funny.
I think sometimes I'm still that way when it comes to making decisions. And a lot of people, like when it comes to women can never make their minds up. Because a lot of times the decisions was made for them.
Right.
And I was a kid, decisions were made by my parents.
Yeah.
Though my mom did give us, she was a little liberal. She would give us choices. She would give us options. Do you want spaghetti, pork chops, or hamburger for dinner? We had that option.
What? You got to choose what you wanted for dinner? Not fair.
Yeah, we got options. Yeah, my mom was a chef though, so it's a little different.
Oh,
but yeah,
that makes
but yeah,
sense.
she would choose and stuff like that. So a lot of times we got to eat the left catering party food. She said, I'm all gonna make sure my people don't eat.
Right? Dude, that's awesome.
She said, I would be damned if my people don't eat, and I'm in the kitchen all day cooking.
Right. But your people still.
She gonna make sure. Because I went to one catering and they said we had to pay extra if we wanted the staff to, did we want to have the staff to eat? I said, I'm not used to that.
It's like,
why the hell they can't get no food? But yeah, but you know, I was my train of thought. Yeah, but when it comes to choices and stuff, it's like I'm the same way. And I'll be like, am I gonna make the worst? What if my decision isn't a good one? What if I mess up by what I decide?
Right.
When it came to walking from religion, what if deep down in my mind, I was like, what if I'm wrong? What if there is a God? What if I am going to go to hell? If it is, I don't give a damn now. If it is or not, I don't care. I made my choice and I'm living with it. But for a long time, I got scared. Like, what if that was? So maybe I shouldn't. I'll loudly, boldly say I don't believe anymore.
Right.
But then God knows your heart, so He knew what I was thinking anyway. So I was going to hell anyway, regardless.
Already from the get.
I already was going.
Well, I think that's really like, honestly, like why that comes up a lot is because like it's really comforting to not have to make any decisions. Like there's something like, because we're lazy mentally, just humans in general. I mean, and so we don't want to have to think.
Yeah. I'm lazy.
I am too. Shit, I know I am. But it's like, so that's why it's like comforting to be like, here's my brain. You do my brain for me, please. You know, and religion is like, yeah, we'll do your brain for you. Yeah, that's cool. We got you covered. You just think all the thoughts we want you to think, and we'll be good to go. But you know, and then once you leave religion, it's so difficult to like retrain yourself to be like, no, I gotta be the one to make my own decisions and decide stuff, and then take responsibility. Because that's the other thing too, is when the church is making all your decisions for you, you ain't got to be responsible to shit. You can always just be like,
nope.
I was doing what God wanted. I guess it's a test, because I'm always doing exactly what not me wants, but somebody else. The church said to do it this way, you know, about everything, you know. And so, yeah, that's what it's so funny too, because these are the same people that are like, what they need to take personal responsibility and get a job and blah blah blah, and then they're the people with the religion that's whole basis is to get them out of responsibility. But she is.
Yeah.
Question.
Right?
Yeah, exactly.
And I think that this is hitting on something that I think especially like this generation is really passionate about, and that is what I would call doctrinal purity, right? And so everybody wants, like, I want to make sure, and we kind of think about the same way
Doctrine of
with food. It's
purity.
sort of the
What the hell is
Doc-
that?
doctrinal purity. I mean, wouldn't that absolutely depend on what your doctrine is? You know?
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to
So
understand.
doctrinal purity can be anything because I mean, it's almost just like truth in their mind, where it's just like, it's true as long as you found the group of people that believes it's true, then it's true. And it's like, same thing with doctrine.
I
If you
don't
found one that's
understand
whatever
that.
they want, then it's pure, I guess.
Maybe he'll
Right?
give an explanation.
I know, right? Here, let me hear what he's
Maybe.
going to say. 'Cause
Yeah, that's what he got to
I'm,
say because I don't know what that word means.
I'll just make it. Yeah. I don't know.
Because it's making up shit.
Exactly. That was exactly what I was going to say.
aha movement. I want to make sure that everything I eat is so pure for my body and that there's no seed oil and there's no this. And we kind of are doing the same thing with our doctrine. Of course, I want perfect doctrine. I want everybody here to have perfect theology across the board. Is perfect theology possible? Well, there is a perfect theology. And when we go before the Lord, everything is going to be made clear and we're going to see what truth is. But to think that any one denomination has a perfect is, man, that's a stretch, because I can go through and show you things about different denominations. Specifically, you look at kind of the Protestant versus, the Catholic versus the Orthodox position. They even disagree about one is the schism. Catholics believe that Orthodox are the schism and that they left the true church. Orthodox believe that Catholics are the schism and that they left the true church, right? And so, I think that,
Yeah, it's almost as if everybody's wrong and nobody can know that they're right until after they die. We're like, well, once we get to heaven, we'll get this shit figured
Damn.
out, you know?
Yeah, that's one thing that we do when we do the the baptism of Anthony, the president. He put in guaranteed to get you to heaven or your money back.
Nice. Yep, after you die, you will get your money back.
Get your money back if you don't go to heaven with the baptism.
Hell. Oh my god, it's funny. It
Oh, that'd be
reminds me
so
of.
funny.
Have you ever seen that show Parks and Recreation?
Yeah, but I really wasn't into it like that. But I know the premise of the show.
Oh, okay. There was this one. It was funny. There was like a death cult, and they always got the park at one point, and they would like do their little death cult. And they're like, "Hey, it's the end of the world. Is this day? So we're all gonna do an event at the park because the very next day is the end of the world." And they would be like, people would go there to sell them stuff, because they'd be like, "Hey, I make this little product or whatever, and I'll sell the people at that event," and they'd be like, "Do you take a check?" Oh, man. 'Cause the world was going to end in their mind the next day. So they're like writing bad checks in their mind. This is funny. That's what that reminds me of.
Wasn't it 2012 when but it was supposed to end like year 2. But 2012, that was the big one.
Yeah. That
When the
was.
man spent all his money. I think it was 2012, 2013, but lost all his money believing it was doomsday. But I remember I got interviewed by some this religious. I was still a Christian at the time though. By this religious radio station, they were doing interviews about how I felt about it being the end of the world.
That's awesome. Yeah, I would say the big one before that, I guess, was the year 2000, right, where everything was going to shut down or whatever. But yeah, that is.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I was sitting at work. Like I said, I did security, and I said, "Damn, what's going to happen? We're supposed to go back to like prehistoric times."
Yep.
And what they kept telling us, I was sitting there scared as hell.
Right, me too.
Then when the clock turned, I was like, "Oh, that's it."
Nothing happened.
Let me go get some more coffee.
Exactly. We're good for a bit then. We're good.
I just say nothing.
It's funny. I was actually doing like a Christian punk show that night, and I was so certain. Like, part of me was just so certain all the lights and everything was shut down in the middle of the show.
I thought it was going to be like the computer I was going to use was going to say BC or something.
Exactly. Yeah, BC. Oh my god, that's the best. Yeah, there was actually a really great movie that came out fairly recently called Y2K about like if it actually did have some crazy world-ending thing, and of course it's like the computers all come alive and stuff, and every little mechanical thing comes to life trying to get all the human. It's hilarious, but and it was from the 90s and everything. It was great. I really enjoyed that shit.
I remember watching. Never mind. I think I'm about to say. I do it all the time. Never mind.
you're good.
I'll think about it like when I'm watching Scream.
Right,
I'll
there you
think of
go. As soon as you're not thinking about it, that's when it'll come.
Please. Damn. That's what I went in to do. I remember now. 2 hours later, did they do in The Simpsons? That be me all the time. Let me see that every time. But what kills me is every time I watch one of these or I see one of these, they always pick like someone similar to their belief system.
I know, right?
Somebody don't agree with them.
Why would they do that? If
2012 was the end of the Mayan calendar, yeah. But
that was
so funny though. Like the world was gonna end. But yeah, that's what gets me.
Right.
Like even if you're a Catholic and I'm a Baptist, we still are Christians.
There's not that much to even disagree about.
Tweaks here and there, but we believe there's a God in the afterlife. The hell?
Yeah, you're going to be arguing over your interpretations and nothing else, you know?
Exactly.
And it's like, I almost feel like that's what he's doing. And his explanation was, you can't ever know you're right, which is such a strange thing to say out the gate. And it almost felt like, because this is Frank Turek right here on the side there, it almost felt like maybe he was like, don't say that you don't know you're right. Stop. Don't do, because like he seemed to get uncomfortable right then, but because you're not really supposed to say that, I didn't think. You're supposed to pretend like you're right. That's the Christian way. You just
exactly. Well, I'm a woman. I'm supposed to be silent anyway. I ain't supposed to be saying nothing even.
Right,
I'm supposed to shut the hell up, be silent, sit in the back of the pew,
and cover your head. Apparently,
yes.
Just get some bonnet.
You know, I had to wear gloves because I try to be able to wear gloves too. Can't have show your hands.
What?
Sinful. Because men to sin with your hands. They're gonna sin. That's what look at your hands.
Hands are pretty cool looking, I gotta say. All those fingers all just next to each other. Oh my god, that's so weird.
What comes down to is, can we come back to the basics? You know, this is one of the things that we're very passionate about at TPUSA Faith is, can we find unity around primary doctrine? And this is, you know, actually within the Apostles' Creed, we have a line, I believe in the Holy Spirit, the Holy Catholic Church, or you might have a church that says the Holy Universal Church, right? This line of the Apostles' Creed was actually the thing that was written to bring unity to all believers. That as believers, that we believe all these things about Jesus. As a result, we are part of the Holy Universal, and this is a lower C Catholic word here. It doesn't mean, you know, Catholic denomination. Catholic denomination wasn't even founded. This would be very, very controversial for a Catholic. But
I'm so confused. What the hell is he talking about, though?
That's what I'm trying to understand.
How is there not a denominational Catholic term? Like he's saying, is this before the Catholic Church existed? Which is, no, it's not. The Catholic Church was literally the first church. It was just called something slightly different, but like it was the Catholic Church. But and it's just, you can use the word Catholic colloquially or something. Like there's another
what
word.
Is he? Yeah.
That is, I feel like
you voiced it better than I could. I'm just sitting there like, what the hell?
I think he's doing some gymnastics for that one.
He probably been used to doing this anyway. I'm saying, what the hell is he talking about? That's all I can think of to say.
I'm as lost as you. I'm pretty sure. Watch.
It was funny. Nothing. The Inquisition, the Crusades.
They called themselves the Inquisition before. That's right. But the same institution. Yep. 100%.
Exactly. That's the one thing when I was a kid. When I went to Catholic school, we learned about the Inquisitions and the Crusades, and I was like, "Wait, it's genocide?" As like in the middle school age, and it was like, "Well, that's how we had to bring people to God." So that's the how. But who's to say that your religion was the right religion? How do we know that? We brought them to Jesus.
That's going to give you a.
Why is that?
Right. You're gonna have
That was
like a
my
sunk
thought process
cost.
even
of
as a
stuff.
kid. Why did I stay with that? Why did I stay religious all these years after? I have no idea.
Right, that is crazy. Because like I feel like once you've like unalived a few people, you got to be like, well, it better be true now. I'm just gonna decide that I could not possibly be. I've been unaliving people for this belief. It's got to be true. I will not ever decide that it's anything other than true, because then I'm gonna have to take responsibility for those
But God
unalivings
is
that I
loving.
did. Jesus.
God is loving, but he's telling his people to kill people for them to follow him, to worship him.
The way,
That don't make
yeah,
no sense to me.
the way they'll redefine the word love is bizarre to me. It's like that couldn't possibly be what the word love means. Like how what the hell? That word's hate, man. That's what that word is. Like Jesus. Here we go.
The
I know
Catholic
what
Church, the way
What's up?
I was knocking myself out for me not going deeper and leaving it religion crap away sooner.
Right. I know. It's
I thought it
hard
was
to
just certain people that was crazy. It's the whole thing is crazy.
the whole mess. Yeah. It
The
really is.
whole mess is messed up.
Right.
Not just a certain particular people.
Right.
That's all I wanted to say.
I feel I always got to remind myself that like I couldn't have known what I didn't know until I knew what I did. Because you will sit there and judge your past self based on what you know
Yeah.
now. You know what I mean? And be so mean to your past self. Be like, dude, you didn't know. How are you supposed
Yeah,
to know
that's
this
what
stuff? You know?
because
But
like I said yesterday, quick thing, what got me, I was watched Penn and Teller bullshit. That's what got me clicking in my head. And the
really,
story that they did the magic act was the Passover, and it wasn't. I didn't hear that story more than once. But why at that time of day did it click in my head that this is some crazy crap? I don't know what made it happen. That it clicked in my head like, what the hell am I watching? Because I fell asleep and I woke up to it,
oh yeah.
and then all of a sudden, everything I started watching after that episode was atheist themed. How
Huh,
the hell? I never watched anything atheist in my life before. But why was
yeah,
all these shows popping up? I don't know.
that's
But
funny.
seeing the same story told at that one time clicked in my head that Passover is a sick story.
Yeah, a little bit.
What? Yeah,
I mean,
little
unaliving children, that's pretty messed up.
firstborn babies. What the hell do
First,
babies do? Even if it was like my son, the oldest born for me,
right,
he in his 20s, well, almost 30. That's still something to me. Like, damn, what he do?
right, yeah, and just every
Okay,
single
they
person.
50, like my mom's son, 50, probably 50 years old. Same thing. Like, what the hell?
That's crazy. And yeah, you just don't think of it back then because you're just like, well, I guess they're all evil in Egypt or
They're all
whatever.
evil, yeah. But
But
what the
that's
baby do
crazy,
to be evil?
right? Yeah, how could you have evil baby? They're just there, you know. That's it. You're right. That is insane.
Yeah, we said very hard not to be too hard on yourself. That sometimes it's kind of hard though.
It is. Yeah. We're good. I mean, that's almost why I think they utilize shame so much in when they're spreading religion, because it's something that all of us have a tendency to mess with us.
Yeah.
That shame gets with you.
Feeling guilty about stuff you have no control over.
Right. Yeah. And it's like our brains just do, because that's our brains do what they do, which is just produce thoughts. And sometimes those thoughts are, hey, why did you do this, that, the other thing? And you're like, you should feel bad for not doing this, that, and the, or doing this, that, and the other thing. But it's like, that's gone, man. Can't do nothing about that. It's too late now.
We know it today was not even in existence at the time the Apostles' Creed, under its original form called the Old Roman Creed, was written and penned. And so this idea that we are to be unified as believers, and this is more important than having some sort of denominational stamp on there. I think the chase for denominational purity is a fool's errand. And I think that we have to come back to the foundational points of Scripture. Find a church that's Bible believing, that is safe for your family, that you're growing in your relationship with the Lord in, and you know, you like the worship style, you trust the pastor, you're seeing good fiscal responsibility in the ministry. That those things are
What?
way more important to me than what
Seeing good fiscal. Hold on.
Fiscal.
What?
What do you say?
Responsibility. Said something about fiscal responsibility. That's not usually the first thing that I'm checking for. The church is like, oh no, but are you guys responsible with your money? That's what I want to know. Let me see the checkbook.
I'm like, what? I'm trying to.
How many useless purchases did you make this month, church? What do you think you're doing? Weird.
growing in your relationship with the Lord in, and you know, you like the worship style, you trust the pastor, you're seeing good fiscal responsibility in the ministry. That those things are way more important to me than what the denominational name on it. I think we're moving into a post-denominational age where the body of Christ is uniting across denominational lines, and I think these battles are going to become less and less important.
Let me mention one other thing, Dean, that conservative Catholics and conservative Protestants have more in common with one another than conservative Protestants have with liberal Protestants. In other words, the issue is more conservative, theological conservative versus theological liberal than it is between Protestants and Catholics, although there's significant differences there. If you have conservative Protestants and conservative Catholics getting together, they're going to agree on this Apostles' Creed that Lucas just mentioned here, okay? But a liberal Protestant and a liberal Catholic aren't going to agree on any of that. They're not going to agree with the essentials because their authority in many cases is themselves. Whereas conservatives will say the authority is God, the authority is the revelation, the authority is not whatever we want it to be. But
oh my God. So as long as they don't believe the same thing that Frank Turek believes, then they're looking to themselves as an authority. Even though he's talking about Christians here that would absolutely be believing at least that the authority is God. They just believe God wouldn't, I don't know, send gay people to hell or whatever the hell. Oh no. Love that emoji. That's pretty cool. It's like that's the atheist queen. Yep, black. It's the Detroit atheist queen. That's pretty cool. I like it. And we'll keep going with that.
The authority is your interpretation of the Bible, because
he believes. What is it? Yeah, it's the Bible, but oh hey, there you go. What's up?
Had to plug my computer back in a little bit. It was getting low. Sorry.
Oh okay. No. Oh, I feel you. I've been there. Done exactly that before. All right. Yeah, no problem. Damn, what was he just saying? I missed it. Hold on, let me go back.
Conservatives will say the authority is God, the authority is the revelation, the authority is not whatever we want it to be.
But the authority is your interpretation of the Bible, because the Bible has words in it. The Bible tells stories. The interpretations of those stories are what actually matters. That's where the truth actually is how you interpret the story. So I think it's not sufficient to say we can just read the Bible and know what to do. We can't. It's been proven time and time again with heresies after heresies. You can't just read the Bible and know what to do. You have to.
So you're saying you're saying you can read the Bible and know what to do.
You can't.
You're saying you can.
No, not enough.
You're saying you can't. That it requires other like creeds and councils and history and those things to show you.
It requires a higher authority that's also established by God that can interpret the Bibles, which is the church, ideally.
Okay, but then you still got to interpret what the church says. I'm just playing a word game with you right now.
But it's better. It's better if I'm able to read a verse.
See how they play games like this? Like he won't even let them acknowledge that like what he's saying is accurate. If you have to interpret this stuff, then you can't just read the Bible and be like, there we go, I'm done. I got all the truth here, because obviously everybody interprets the Bible in so many different ways and they all disagree with each other. So clearly you can't just read the Bible and decide that you're right about it. Like he's saying you have to have some kind of a established order to help with the interpretation, but that's sort of the problem, right? And he was saying earlier that as long as you disagree with him, with Frank Turek, that it actually is you listening to yourself as the interpretation and not to God, right after basically admitting that it's you're only saying that about people that disagree with you. You're just always saying that they're not listening to God. They're listening to themselves.
Yeah.
My
Yeah, a
God.
lot of times when I see stuff like this, back in my mind, I'm thinking, do they know each other and they just trying to do something for theatrics or something like that? You
Right.
know, that pops in my mind a lot of times. I don't know.
I could see that because this guy,
I'm just a little person
Mr.
from Detroit.
The Jonas Brothers kid over here just looks staged. I don't know. There's something. The outfit's too matching. I don't buy it. Something's wrong here.
Yeah.
And be like, I want to know what the true interpretation of this verse is.
Why do we need other than what the Apostle Paul said, for example? Why do we need somebody to come in and say, well, here's what Paul meant? Why don't we just take what Paul meant?
I think
What?
time is proven.
How do we? Okay. Saying like, why do we need somebody to say what Paul meant? Why would we say just what Paul meant?
We need the word of God. So we like I said earlier, that's where we're taking the middleman. Paul was the middleman. He wasn't the actual word of God.
Right. Well, and then you also got the church as like your second middleman, really. And so you gotta like have the church.
Yeah.
It's
So
this
talk to God. So God talked to Paul, who talked to the pastor, and then talks to you.
Exactly. Yeah.
That shows you how important you are to God.
Right. When he could just be telling everybody the same thing and we'd be good.
Right, without talking to you directly.
Right. Yeah. Saying the same thing. Exactly. And just being direct. We don't need all this. What the hell?
And again, with heresies, with different denominations, that it's not sufficient to just have the Bible. We will have come to disagreements.
What you're assuming that people's motives are pure here and they're trying to find the truth, when in fact it could be that the truth is in the scriptures, and we have to come to the scriptures using our best intellect and using as many resources as we can to try and understand what the scriptures say.
Yeah. I'll use an example to kind of clarify.
But he just kind of contradicted himself. He was basically saying that, like a second ago, that like you're saying that people come to this with pure intentions, and basically he was saying that because that gives him like an out. Anybody that doesn't agree with me, they are not reading the Bible with pure intentions. They're trying to put themselves in there. It sounded like that's where he was going.
Yeah.
Because that's all they got. That's the only game in town they can have, because there's so many different interpretations of this shit and no measuring stick to be able to demonstrate who is more correct than anybody else.
Yeah, that's the one thing they talk about us, like with somewhere like the evolution and stuff like that, and how we don't know. But a lot of their arguments, they don't know either. They just make stuff up as they go along.
Right. Yeah, they know way less than what we know about evolution. It's like evolution is like demonstrative science. Like you can look at the tests and everything. And yet they and also keep in mind, like no scientist is like staking their entire life. They're like, I will live my life in accordance to this science, evolution, science.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing that. They're just like, okay, if they got it wrong, they just update whatever the science is, just do better science so that it's a better, so we're more accurate or whatever. They don't even have anything like that on their side as far as the interpreting the Bible goes. They're just always having to just pretend that they're right until somebody comes along and convinces them that they're not interpreting it right, and then they have to adjust. But nothing is ever proven.
Yeah, exactly. Well, here we are.
Point is the sacraments.
Right.
If Catholics are right about the sacraments, then we're all missing out in a very, very significant way. And I read the verses about the communion, and I'm like, I could read this through a Catholic lens and the Catholic sacrament is correct, or I could read it through a Protestant lens and the Protestant communion is correct. There's even a verse in there where Paul says that you should not take communion if you are, I think, defiled or some other word like that, or else you will drink condemnation on your
in an unworthy manner.
You will drink flames down onto your soul.
That's all like, what? What did you just say?
That's right. I remember like Pastor being so serious, like, seriously, don't you dare go and get that cracker in that little way too little juice to do anything. Don't you dare even go to get that if you're not being serious, because you will just go straight to hell. You'll go straight
Yeah,
to
that
hell.
was like, do not, if your heart is not right, do not
Right.
take communion. That was a big one. I know people that I would I used to set up communion for my church when I was in ICOC. So I would go down the thing and pass the thing down. Some people would just bring it to the next person. They would not keep partaking it
Wow.
because they knew their heart was not right.
And everybody's looking. They're like, oh, what are they doing? Probably masturbated this morning in the shower or something. I don't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Probably what it is.
Because I found out that every time that you do, an angel dies. I found that out recently.
Oh, God.
Sorry,
Really?
I kidded you this morning.
It's out here unaliving angels, you know?
Unaliving angels. Sorry.
Oh,
Sorry, I
It's like-
kidded you this morning.
doesn't just lose its wings, it loses its life.
Loses his life.
Jesus. That's funny.
Unworthy manner, and Protestants completely disregard that verse. You never hear them bring that up, and so obviously we.
That's not true. We brought that up. I mean, were you a Protestant, Kelly?
Well, I guess I was Baptist,
Right,
and
yeah.
then I went to Catholic school.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
know. It was
So
just
you did both.
religious. I had a different, growing up. I was
feel
a
like,
mutt.
I feel like Baptist is definitely Protestant.
More of a Protestant, yeah.
Right. But yeah, if you went to Catholic school, so you got a little of both. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because we were definitely Protestant. We definitely talked about that verse quite a bit. It's weird because I bet you this kid is being told that by a Catholic. They don't
Yeah.
even read that verse. But he doesn't
And
know. He's never
he
talked to anybody.
probably is an altar boy.
Right. And maybe if he just had
Sorry,
never
kid.
heard it. Yeah. Yes.
Because he may be like 25 at the most. He looks young.
He does look young. Yeah. Jonas Brothers' age or younger.
Hey, Mikey. Hi. How are you, Mikey?
Hey.
No, I've heard many Protestants bring that up.
I just did a 4-week series on communion talking about these very things. So I'm very happy. So the question again, okay, I thought this was a very, important point that you made is if Catholics are right about communion, then Protestants are missing out on receiving the grace of God. I believe if the Catholic position about communion is correct, then the position that Paul teaches on justification by grace through faith is incorrect. Right? Because what the position of, transubstantiation is that you have to take this to receive grace, that you have some sort of token that you have to take in order to receive grace. What the scripture teaches is that you receive grace, when you put your faith in, it's actually the grace of God that's available to you. When you put your faith in Christ, it is by grace through faith that we receive, a new creation work in us, that we are made, whole, that we're saved. And that is the born again experience that we see described in Scripture. Within the Catholic theology that is being presented, it is grace and faith plus doing these things in this order or taking these additional things. When you look at all the different views,
Yeah, but see, this is what's so dumb about these. The way that they're interpreting it and everything is, they have Bible verses that say, yeah, it's through grace and not by saved through grace through faith or whatever. But there's also Bible verses that say you have to put action to your faith, that faith without works is dead. So you could go either direction with this sort of thing, right? Or just do both, and be like, what? I believe in both. Because there's no definitive answer.
Yeah, but the Catholic also believes that the bread and the blood, the juice and the wine is actual body and blood of him.
That is
they actually
weird.
transform when it goes in you, it turns into human flesh.
Do they taste that? They're like, that's why it tastes like pennies every time I eat. The fuck. Wow, what?
Probably
That
these
is
are the
so
worst
weird.
crackers ever. They have the crackers, and then they also have the little wafer looking things with the cross on them.
Right. The little crisscross thing. And
Like,
that's
man, these are nasty. Just like cardboard or something. I'd rather have plain rice cakes.
right. Oh God, I
Rice cakes
hated
be
those.
kind of good now. All the flavors on them.
No, right? Yeah, no, that's true. Right. The rice cake. Yeah, they actually did improve those quite a bit from when I was growing up.
Yeah, but the original ones are.
That's exactly what those things taste like. It's like
Yeah,
styrofoam.
original rice cakes.
It's edible styrofoam. That's
Styrofoam.
it.
Tastes like styrofoam.
Yeah, it's like 100% that's styrofoam. Yeah, the way that they're like doing the zombie thing and be like, turns into actual blood and guts in your mouth. And it's like they don't hear how insane that sounds. I mean, pretending to do it is bad enough, but then you're gonna sit there and be like, no, it is real. It's doing it. It's turning into human flesh in my
Tommy
mouth.
says, and if that's Jesus' blood, dude must have been wasted. Remember, he changed water to wine.
Nice.
That was the first miracle.
That's right. You were drinking
So
so
yeah,
much.
all he had to do was just get some water, and that was wine. Somebody was so funny. Somebody was TikTok or some form of dating app or something, and so their name was Jesus. So he had on the Jesus outfit, and then they had a picture. One picture slide was him had water, the other side he had wine in his hand.
Oh, nice.
Oh, that was funny. I was dying. I swear just because of that.
Right. Oh, it's so good.
But it was Jesus, though.
Right.
Yeah, he did some miracles.
That's so good.
He had Jesus garb on and everything. I was dead. I
That's
was
so
like,
funny.
yeah, I'm gonna follow you just because of this shit.
That's right. Oh my God.
Of communion,
He's probably a crazy maniac dude.
Huh? What's up?
He probably was a crazy maniac dude, but I still followed him.
Hell yeah. I don't know. It sounds pretty fun, honestly. I mean, unless he's believing it's true.
Yeah, I don't think
yeah,
he did though.
just like having fun, right?
Yeah, having fun. Yeah, really, yeah.
The sacramental view, the sacerdotal view, and then you have the memorial view. It's only in the memorial view where you see that in an acknowledgement fully of that that my relationship with Jesus is by grace through faith, and the communion is a honoring of what happened and a remembering of what happened and what he did and a remembering of what is to come with his return, that he's coming back.
I feel like he's proving the kid's point right now that like it requires interpretation.
I'm like the kid is making more sense than he is.
Right, because his whole thing is
he's like rambling to me.
Right. Well, and the whole point is that like the kid's point is that like, hey, everybody interprets this thing differently, and there seems to not be a real clear way to interpret the Bible like in any objective way. And at first he was like, yeah, well, I think we're the denominational lines are not that big of a deal. I think we're all got to come together and just be Christians together and yada yada yada. And then immediately goes into they're interpreting it wrong and then here he's like, because it's actually this, that, and the other thing, and here's the interpretations of this, and it's just proving the kid's point that actually the interpretations do fucking matter like a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's so crazy.
All the other views have some other sort of aspect where it is a receiving of grace, and Scripture never says that you receive grace by communion. So if we're going to go back to what the Word says, I think that that's a place to where the historical church has gotten it wrong. It's a belief that was not part of the initial church or like the patriarchs. You don't see that fully. You have some language that Catholics will pull from Irenaeus and other guys, but when you read all of their quotes, I think that you get away from it. What I would want to come back to, though, to kind of close on this.
So yeah, basically just I think that the original church got it wrong. Did you hear him say that? So you admit that the kid's right then. Like how does he? Okay, wow.
Yeah,
crazy.
I don't know.
Is that Psalms 119, 160 says the sum of your word is truth, and every one of your righteous rules endures forever. You made the statement that you can't just read the word and have that be enough. And I would say that it is, that when you look at the sum of his word, you can't just pull out an individual verse and have that be enough. But when you look at the sum of his word and you allow the word to be a commentary on itself, then it prevents you from falling into error. It prevents you from falling into extremes and heresies on the side.
then how are there so many different people believing different look at his face right now. The kid's just, are you fucking kidding me right now? How are there so many different? He's like, all you got to do is read the Bible, and then that'll keep you from believing wrong stuff. And but there's so many fucking different ways to interpret it. Obviously, you can't just read the Bible. Like, wow, it's great. And he just demonstrated that he couldn't too, because he was saying that he thought the earlier church was wrong about stuff. But then now he's like, just read the Bible, you're good. It's like, clearly not. Wow, that's wild.
Wait. Oh, we have a wild Dr. Kip in the building.
What? No,
Hey, we just talked about you earlier. All bad, all bad, all bad.
all bad. Hell yeah. What's up, Dr. Kip? How we doing? So, thing is, my guy, that whatever the New Testament says about the atonement is very unclear. This is why there are dozens of interpretations of it. 100%. Hell yeah. I mean, and that's, their whole conversation is that, like, trying to say that that interpretation isn't that big of a deal, that you just read the Bible.
Yeah.
But that's like, it's not how it works. We all know that.
Exactly.
That's why we have Bible scholars, so that we can parse this sort of stuff out. But
yes. That's why I'm just talking shit on here today. I leave that Bible stuff to the experts. Hey, Dr. Kip.
That's it right there. That's the one. Oh, yeah.
I've met multiple people.
It's funny too, like on the Dr. Kip note. I'm actually reading. I'm like reading the book, God's Propaganda.
You're not doing the Audible. You're reading it actually.
I'm doing both, because I swear to God, when you listen to stuff, you're
going
like,
to hell in front of God.
Right. Well, like it's like, no, I'm getting it, and I'd like listen to the book and everything, and I've listened to a lot of books. And then I went back and was like, as I got the hard copy too, and so it's like I want to go back and read some of the parts that maybe I was like wanted to remember a little bit better, and I realized I'm missing a lot more than I realize I'm missing when I'm listening to this stuff. Because I'm like, oh shit, he answered the question I had right there, and so yeah, I'm doing both at the moment. But
yeah, that's what I want to do.
It's just harder to sit
get
down.
the book, just so when I happen to see him one day, he can sign it.
Right.
So I, because he can't sign the Audible.
No, I mean,
so you gotta have both.
Yeah,
sign the Audible or something, or be putting down thanking me, or putting some way you can put me in the book, and so that when they read it, thanks to my followers, Kelly, Leo, such Brittany, something like that in there.
Right. It's just,
that's like a signature to me.
Right. Oh my God.
Oh, okay. But yeah, the younger guy makes more sense than the guy about our age.
Seems to be being more honest, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Like actually asking.
None of them make sense all the way, but he makes more sense. I'll say that.
Right, comparatively. Yeah.
But I mean, I'll say this. Sometimes my kids, when they say something, I gotta sit down and shut up, because they're more logical than me.
Oh yeah.
They know more about a certain situation, a certain subject than I do.
Oh shit. Hey,
but one of my daughters has their master's and working their PhD.
Well, that helps right there. That's
the other daughter, she actually is a nurse. Well, was a nurse. She's a flight attendant now. So she knows more about the medical field than I do.
Yeah, right? Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. There you go. Yeah, I feel like, hey, information's information, no matter where it comes from.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Some people, I think it's funny how people will get up in their head about that sort of thing and be like, no, you're wrong, just because it's somebody that's they deem below them. You know what I mean?
How do you know you're only 20? How do you know? And I'm 50.
Right. And it's like, that doesn't determine whether somebody's right or not. Like, If right is right, period. Like, it doesn't matter. But it's funny how we think like that a lot of times. Oh, let's see. So the book also has 25 pages of notes that were not included in the audiobook. It's funny that you said that too, because like the other thing that I thought was interesting that I completely missed was when I was going back and reading the book after. It was you put the two chapter. I can't now. I'm trying to think. I think it was Genesis. You put like the two chapters side by side. And it was like, here's this version, here's the other version, and you put them side by side, and it was like, here's, so you can read the whole thing. You can't really do that with an audiobook. You know what I mean? Well, you're going to read the
No.
whole thing and then be like, okay, now back to the top. Let's read the whole thing again. And it's like, so I really did appreciate going back and reading it because you could see it side by side and see like the certain things that they left out. Now, Kip goes and tells you the stuff that they left out and everything and what they added into the other one and stuff. So, but I don't think the chapters were in the book or in the spoken one, but maybe I'm not remembering right. But,
People who all have read the entire Bible, and Catholics especially.
hold on, let's go back.
Then it prevents you from falling into error. It prevents you from falling into extremes and heresies on the side.
I've met multiple people who all have read the entire Bible, and Catholics especially. The Catholic Church is aware of every single word in the Bible. So I find it hard to believe that their view on communion could be disproved that easily by one verse, because obviously they're aware of that and have had some form of rebuttal. I could probably go home, look up a rebuttal of the point you just made and be like, okay, well, now I don't know who's right.
Do you believe that salvation is by grace through faith? Do you think that you have to take anything, whether it be, a verse a day, a church attendance, you have to give so much money? Is there anything that you can do to add to your salvation?
No, there isn't.
Is there anything you can do to take away from the work that Jesus did on the cross?
No, there isn't.
Okay, so I would say you have answered your question about communion.
Yeah, it's that simple. Oh, look, he's like, boom, what? Oh, man.
That's
mic
it.
drop,
That's
I'm
all
out.
you need.
Jesus Christ. You don't think that maybe they have a response to that? Like, because maybe they're not saying, well, you don't have to do it, right? But it's just a way to put your faith into action like the Bible says. It doesn't take or give away anything or anything like that. But, the Bible does say to put your faith into action, and that's the type of action that we're talking about. It doesn't, you know what I mean? That's it. We're done. Now we're back to being completely even as far as like who's right now because of that. It's so easy to mess with this stuff.
As a non-believer,
Oh, that was it for that
Oh,
guy.
that's somebody else. Oh, so he's supposed to be a non-believer. Let's see what he's talking about. Let's
Oh,
see.
here we go. Okay, now we can get into the good stuff.
He said a non-believer. Let's see. Come on now.
of any religion, and specifically, since we're talking about Christianity, why should I believe in God?
Well, there's several reasons to believe in God. The overall reason is because there has to be an ultimate cause for all this. This universe is not eternal. You and I are not eternal. And you can't go on an infinite regress of causes. There has to be an uncaused first cause. And even the evidence from Big Bang cosmology points out that space-time and matter had a beginning. If space-time and matter had a beginning, what could have created space-time and matter? Only something that transcends space-time and matter. So
there's no, I don't know where he gets this stuff saying that like space-time and matter had a beginning because of cosmology. That's not, as far as I understand, that's not what we've got as far as evidence goes. It's there was stuff there that just changed.
I don't know how something came to be, so it must be a God.
Right, honestly. And the way that they could be like, I love where he's just like, why should anybody believe in God? And he's like, well, because stuff had to come from somewhere, places, and everything there has to be an uncaused first cause. And I love how they say that. There's got to be an uncaused first cause. And it's like, well, if there could be something that's uncaused, then why do you need that? You know what I mean? Like that you're logically kind of shooting yourself in the foot if you're like, no, there has to be a cause that's uncaused. Well, if something's uncaused, you kind of just defeated your own argument.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
exactly.
Because usually the argument goes, everything has to have a cause, right? But that's why they started saying it that way, because like you'd be like, okay, well, what about your God's cause? Well, but that cause has to not have a cause. And it's like, okay, so then the whole reasoning behind your argument is bullshit. It's like yeah, what? I don't say it again.
There has to be a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful to create the universe out of nothing, personal and intelligent first cause
Well,
to
you're
have
just
a
gonna
mind to make it.
How come he gave an explanation for the other one, but he can't for personal? He's just like, anyway, moving on. Why would it have to be personal?
He don't.
For what? It's just such a weird one to add into. And keep in mind, all the characteristics that he's providing here, he thinks that you get to all of these just from something that had to cause stuff, you know, and then apparently it was outside of time or something. Like I said, this is his like one argument that he's got. It's like this and the objective morality one. It's absurd.
Choice. And so from just one argument, you have attributes which could be the God of the Bible. We don't know if it's the God of the Bible unless we see if Jesus really rose from the dead. We also look at evidence from the fine-tuning of the universe and the incredible complexity of life. In fact, in every one of your 40 trillion cells, there's a software program 3.2 billion letters long, all the letters in the right order. And of course, programs always come from programmers. There's a moral law out there. It's wrong to torture.
Oh, there we go. Okay, see, he finally.
Hold on.
And it's funny. They do this gish galloping crap. Am I freezing up? Is everything working? Okay. But he's doing this gish gallop crap where he's just sort of like doing one thing after the other. But here he said like all this programming that he's talking about DNA, right? And saying there had to be all this lines of code and everything, and codes have to have a coder. But you know, the DNA is not a code. It's just something that we look at to, you know, that is you know, after the fact, and we're like looking at it, it's kind of like a story of how things went back in the past, but it was not a code that had to be coded for it to be like do evolution now, and it's like click code that in. That's not how it works.
Yeah.
But now he's going to move on to the objective morality argument, which is tired. It's tired, honestly. That's
your babies for fun. It's wrong to murder people. It's wrong to rape people. If that's the case, there must be a standard outside of ourselves that we're obligated to obey. That standard is what we mean by God's nature. If God doesn't exist, then you can't say murder is objectively wrong and rape's objectively wrong. It would just be your opinion against my opinion, say, or Hitler's opinion. There are other reasons as well, but if you come up with
so see how we say that? Like, so he's saying it's just your opinion if you think something is wrong, if God doesn't exist, right? If God does exist, then it's not just your opinion, it's God's opinion, apparently. And I guess you deciding that something is God's opinion makes it that. So that's so funny. This is so weird.
No, what the heck?
Say those three arguments, the creation of the universe, the fine-tuning of the universe, and moral law, you get a spaceless, timeless, immaterial, powerful, moral, personal, intelligent creator who created and sustains all things, and you haven't even opened the Bible yet.
What obstacles?
Oh, that was a fire. See the fire? That was fire. Wow. Knocking it out of the park,
Yeah.
dude. What?
Yeah. Like, I don't. What did he do so amazing?
I'd repeat the same three arguments that he's got, and it could be refuted like so quickly. It's so, you know, so easily.
I want
It's
to
unreal.
see what that TP person got to say on this. Wait.
He doesn't have anything on those. That's
Oh yeah. Okay.
he's all
okay.
he's all just doctrinal theology.
He's all sitting there in the office.
Yeah. That's it. He'd have to get on his phone and look up some of the arguments.
Yeah, I want to see what he says about these arguments. I thought he was supposed to be like debating them too, or reviewing
Right.
them as we're doing.
I
I
thought
haven't
he's
seen them
leading the
once.
charge. It's his podcast, so right?
Yeah.
Are there for you when you think about history? How would you sum that up?
There's a lot for that, but at least using the current time, still seeing evil and calling it sin around in the world, and using Jesus dying on the cross as the sign that the kingdom of heaven has started, but not fully complete. Why is there still evil and sin? Why hasn't it been less than, let's say, before?
Yeah. No, that's a great question. So the question is, that one of the
What?
obstacles that he sees is that there is still sin in the world. If Jesus died, then, and if he was really God, then why is there still sin? And I would say that actually, I believe that
And this person's not a believer, and that was the question they asked? Did you
Sometimes you
understand the
get the
question?
people that be, yeah,
What was it?
yeah.
People would be like, "What?"
I mean, but it's some people that I've seen where they've been on certain shows like Jubilee or something, and you gotta see who's a real atheist or see who's a real Christian, and they don't really be real. They just say they are just for the show.
Right.
So
Yeah.
this
No,
might
that
be
is.
this case.
I think you might be right, 'cause that's just such a weird question to ask. I mean, it almost sounds like something that a Christian would think that an atheist would ask. You know what I mean? Like, it's like,
Exactly.
"Oh, I bet an atheist would ask this question." It's like, "No, not even close." But that is really an odd, position to take.
Odd. Yeah.
'Cause it's like, I thought the Bible is very clear, or I shouldn't say that, but I mean, that didn't, Jesus, when Jesus died or whatever, he didn't get rid of it. Like, everybody didn't just start being good people then because he died on the cross, and that
Surely
wouldn't
not that.
and that wouldn't be a like, what a weird
'Cause, I mean, we read the wrong book then. Because it said
yeah,
that.
like, I don't remember it saying anything about that, but weird. And this guy's acting like it's not a weird thing to ask. So I don't know.
Mhm.
Existence of sin in the world today, I think, is one of the things for me that actually points to the existence of God. And what I mean by that is this: I believe that God, in his love and dignity towards us, that he gave us this thing called free will. And in that love towards us and this free will that he's given to us, he's given us the opportunity to choose something other than him. We're not just a hamster in a cage. A lot of people think they have a pet hamster. You'll let it out in your backyard and see if it comes back to you. You don't have a pet, you have a hostage, right? And so some people have dogs like that too. Some people have kids like that, and so,
I certainly hope you don't have your kids as hostages. That's weird.
Oh,
I feel like
not either.
there's some differences
Heard
between
about
how
the
you
guy that
treat
had who he made a space in his basement with
right.
his oldest daughter. That was
That's
some crazy crap.
jeez. My God. I mean, that's how you get your kids taken away, right? By Child Protective Services. What the hell?
think that if God were just up there and he were puppet mastering everything, well, yes, if that were true, then sin shouldn't be there, because otherwise it seems like God is willing sin to happen. But if you believe in this idea of free will, then what you see is that God has given us the dignity of choice, that I can choose to follow him or to reject him, and that God is, again, allowing existence to go on until this full number is added there because of his love for humanity. He's hoping to draw as many people to himself as possible. And sin is the absence of God. It's really what happens. It's not a thing in and of itself. It is what happens when goodness is removed in somebody's life in some way. And so that also sin is always an attempt to solve a problem outside.
It's such a weird, they always do that, where they're like, oh man, bad stuff happens because of sin, because of free will. And then you I feel like I always have to turn around and be like, okay, but what about like natural disaster? I mean, I guess he hasn't said anything about something,
Yeah.
but right, like, what
But
about the
God knew
astronaut?
what we was gonna do anyway. So how's that free will? I don't get that either.
That part too. That really does kind of throw, just that one like point kind of throws free will out altogether. But it's like
Looking at what Tommy says. which is true.
So we could still have, is this one you're talking about? We could still have free
Yeah.
will, but just not the ability to sin. Like we don't have the ability to fly or grow extra limbs. Okay, I see what you're saying. So like he could have made
Yeah.
it. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Because it's like he could have made it like we just can't do it. It's just stuff that
Yeah.
we're
And
incapable of doing.
somebody's free will for you and for me is different for somebody else. Like how much money you have is free will. So I got free will of what I have, what's available for me.
Right. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah.
I can't have free will to buy whatever I want because I ain't got the money.
Right. Yeah. There's these hidden parameters that are built in. Yeah, that is interesting.
Oh,
Hey, Mr.
I hope you enjoyed your concert. Rich is gonna be on. I messaged you, so when you get it, Maureen, get back at me. But we're supposed to be talking on her show Saturday, unless we can change it to another day because I'm off. Try to get her in, but yeah. So I mean, it'd be getting my connections on your show. I'm trying to get her. I'm trying to get on her show next this
Right.
week.
Oh, cool. Oh yeah, she's
Yeah.
great. We hung out
Yeah,
on
she is.
TikTok not too long ago.
Okay.
Had a good time. Dr. Kip asked, does code even actually mean coder or does code actually need a coder? And I don't know. I don't know as if it's almost like the word design. Like they'll say that a lot for the word design. Like designs need a designer. And I'm always just like, from a certain perspective, but couldn't there be a natural design? Like if I just threw paint at the wall, you know what I mean? And like it would all drip down and stuff. Like there would be a design that would come or some kind of pattern or whatever that was unintentional, but it would still be a design, right? Am I not using the word right? But I don't know.
I don't know either. I'm just here.
Right. No, I'm pretty sure you can have a natural design that's not designed by anybody, but
Nah, definitely, yeah, definitely. I'm agreeing with you.
Yep.
Side of God. Every time that you think about like, what pornography, what is it doing? It's trying to solve a problem in my life of loneliness or of low self-worth or, something.
Hold on. What if you look at the stuff with your partner? Low self-worth.
That's what I'm saying. I was about to say the same thing.
Right?
I know a lot of people that like to do stuff together.
Yeah.
Don't mean they're lonely.
No, yeah, that's such a Christian thing to do, to like assume something.
And it's
like
funny how they be acting on there. And they be so melodramatic. Like, what the hell wrong with y'all?
Right.
Tell me how you do it.
God,
I'll be laughing at it. It'd be funny to me though.
Right. Look at him looking at him too. How dare you bring that up? That is just, why would you talk about stop?
Yeah, he look at him like,
what are you doing, man? Surprised he didn't just smack him on the back of the head.
only point I watch I'm in. With your third wife, fine. That's the mic where he watched the point he do with his third wife.
Oh, that's that's Mr. Mice. That's right.
He didn't say that. I added that party, this third wife party in there.
Yeah. I love it.
Like that. You see,
but you get a lot of money though, and putting your stuff on the Pornhub. I'd be like, I was tempted one time to have my stuff in to get like $50,000. Shoot,
right? Hey,
for a video.
Yeah.
Mind your business. Keep scrolling. Don't be looking at me.
But give me the money though. Just
yeah, give me the money. Yeah, give me the money. Yeah.
Don't look like
that looks like the atheist queen.
You got to do like someone would just wear a mask, right? Someone wear a mask. Yeah.
Some you can't see it's me, but yeah, they was
Shit.
giving a lot of money during COVID for the video. That's been a lot of money.
Oh yeah.
I was really tempted.
Right? And that what's it called? OnlyFans and stuff. They make quite a bit.
Yeah.
Well. Yeah.
I'm gonna show some feet or something.
There you go. That's the way to get around that. Yeah.
Yeah,
just
get
do
some
the feet.
hands, get my nails done, get some my hands or something.
Right.
I
Yeah,
need something.
There's somebody out there.
I gotta pay for some of these conferences I want to go to.
Right. That's it. Just do some feet modeling.
Or something.
And pay for your just for your conference funds. You know.
Yeah, it's conference funds.
Shit is
That's
expensive.
all I'm trying to use it for.
Right.
So just pay.
Right.
Don't have to know why. But what are you talking about? I have no idea.
I forgot already, kind of.
You talking about the porn and stuff.
Oh, right, the point. That's right. We were all talking about
The problem in their life, either they need that high, or more than likely they have lack in their life, and they feel like the only way to solve that problem of lack is to do it themselves. What the gospel shows us and what scripture teaches us,
there's a problem. You have a problem of lack in your life, and the only way to fix it,
Like a companion, maybe you're trying to say.
yeah.
But if they're not married, then they should be doing that anyway.
I know, right? Yeah, you're not supposed to be doing all that. Lack. That's such a weird. It almost feels so broken that, like, if you did question him on it even slightly, it would fall apart really quickly.
But that's one thing I will say is a lot of times when you look at the extra religious people, even if they're married, they're very vanilla. Like they don't want to do anything spicy. I'm like, y'all married? What the fuck? Excuse me. But that's what I be thinking though. Like y'all don't do nothing exciting,
right?
And y'all married?
It's just like, come on, enjoy yourselves, right? At least.
Yeah. That's y'all waited all this time to get married, and y'all don't do anything exciting in your relationship. No. Same old boring stuff.
Right. And they got toys that you can get, but they would probably think all that stuff is evil.
Exactly.
Getting the toys and all that shit. Like, no, this is for, and I've heard people say this too. No, that is for making babies only. That is it. We're not, if we're not trying to do that, bad. It's bad.
Be like me and just eat garlic bread. Go Ember.
Jeez. That's funny. This is Ray Bradley Jackson Pollock. Looks undesigned, but actually is patterns on a tidal beach. Looks designed, but actually isn't. Yeah. Looks undesigned, but actually is. But it's really the opposite. Yeah.
You can look at like bees and how they do their hives, and the ants, how the carpenter ants do the stuff. I watched the National Geographic thing a while back, and it was talking about what the world would be if humans were no longer here. And it went through the different stages of how the earth would come back to be the way that it should be. Like we really fucked up a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Oh my God. Did we ever? We are a planet disease.
We're just animals are just fine without us.
Oh yeah. Yeah. In fact, yeah, they'd be a lot better without us. Like
a lot better with us. We take over their area and they get mad when they come around our house. They stay home first.
Yeah. The alligator, you're actually in the alligator's backyard.
Exactly.
So the alligator's in my backyard. No, you're in his yard. Period.
Okay, I have a problem with the comment. You took out a piece of salmon, just one, and there's like 20 people between the two streams, Dr. Kip. Please explain how that's going. I mean, maybe Jesus did it, so maybe you can multiply some bread within
It is a fish. So, and we
20,
know
20 people feast, and then them garlic bread. I guess Amber got the garlic bread for us.
Some
You got the
garlic
fish for us. We can eat good.
love garlic bread. So good.
No.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody ate all my garlic bread that I bought.
What? Really?
Yeah, I bought some garlic bread in my house. Pray
Damn.
about it, Dr. Kip. Pray to make sure we all get salmon.
That's right.
But
That's how
yeah,
you do it.
somebody ate all my garlic bread that I had. I had the garlic cheese toast, and somebody ate all my stuff. So now I
Well,
gotta buy some more.
I really wanted it. Okay, I'm sorry, but I hadn't had garlic in a long time. I was looking through your fridge. It was right there, and I thought she's all right. She'll get some more. And then I think
Is that we can
Dang,
actually
why you
rely
didn't
on
tell me? I was sitting there thinking I was crazy or something. Yeah, you didn't even tell me you ate my
a little
stuff.
sticker.
See, that's the problem. I wouldn't have been so mad if you would have told me you was hungry and you wanted my garlic bread. I would have fed you. Just say something next time.
Well, when I'm on my astro plane, it's hard to remember to tell everybody stuff.
I know.
God for our
So
needs.
if humans
And
were
so
no
when you
longer
start-
here, I would ride alligators and chase my third wife. You know what? Tell the mice, get out of here.
The third wife stuff. My God.
are doing that, you're
But
able to start
you're a
living more
human, so
holy.
you would still be here. Chasing your
Right.
third wife down. Oh man.
on accident than you ever could on purpose, because God's grace starts working in your life. But other people's decisions should not be a detriment, to whether or not I receive something that's true. It's I should not, I don't care if if somebody else approves of my marriage, if I'm married to my wife, if I love
What about your third wife? Sorry.
her and I know that God is in my life, then it doesn't matter to me
That's the
anything
most
else
important
about
wife.
that, or how they
The
live,
other
or
ones don't
because
count.
they're not being faithful to their
It don't matter. They were just test runs anyway. So
Isn't it? Just
to their spouse, that somehow that affects my marriage. My relationship with the Lord is not dependent upon everybody else's decisions, upon what they're doing. And so my encouragement would be for you is that, to give the Lord a chance, to just, to go to him and just say, God, if you're real, show yourself to me, and to, really keep diving into the word and studying this out. We're talking about
just that. So telling them, just pretend like it's true. Ask if it is true, but then just do it like it is true. And then one day you'll figure out that you're right. I swear that's like their main thing they tell people to do. They're just like, just pretend that it is true. And then you'll figure it out. And it's like, no, I'm not going to decide that I'm right in order to figure out that I'm right. That's not how figuring stuff out works.
eternity. This is the greatest decision you will ever make with your life. And I'm believing that God's already working on your heart, to really lead, you back to him in a way. Did you grow up Christian?
No, I grew up a non-religious household.
Okay. All right. So what brought you here to GCU?
Believing that a Christian college will teach the truth, or will be more close to the truth than
Oh yeah, you definitely ain't no real believer. I mean, no pure atheist. Yeah, you just told on yourself right there. That don't make no sense at all.
No, why would you think that? If you were it's like he was like, I was raised in a secular household, and you're like, why are you here? Because I thought that the truth would be taught at Jesus one more.
Meet the Jesus Academy.
Why? Why would you think that? You were raised secular. Why would you think that automatically Jesus would be the true one? That would be the place where they teach more true stuff.
Make it make sense.
Yeah, this dude doesn't. Now I'm like, yeah, I don't know if this dude's real.
That's what I said earlier. Like, his argument, didn't seem rational.
Right. Yeah, you called it.
University or more politically biased college.
There's a story in the book of Acts of this guy named
You could be
Cornelius.
fucking, oh my God. Did he just say that he thought that the Christian college would be less biased toward, like, what? that would be the bias. Like, what the fuck? What are you talking about, man? Like, it drives me crazy the way that the right has kind of like been able to basically make everything that's not their specific narrow-minded beliefs. If it's not that, then it's not objective. Their beliefs are objective, but everybody else's belief, they just want to believe what they want to believe. And it's like, it's literally the opposite. They're the ones that have the bias because they have the thing that they're selling that they want other people to buy, which is your first red flag. If you're like trying to get true information from like a website or something like that, it's like, is this a propaganda site? Because then they're going to be less reliable just out the gate. But they try to flip it. So former high school student, was it? Hold on. I saw it. Huh. Oh, I don't see. Oh, okay, here it is. Mr. Turbot says, I just saw a former high school student at the dollar store, and they apologized for their class being mean to me 10 years ago. Oh, that's wild. They held on to that for that long. It's like, that was some deep guilt going on there in their heart.
Yeah.
They're like, I'm
But I
still
had
really
one
sorry.
person that did that to me.
Yeah.
Went to high school. They were very mean to me, and they
Yeah.
actually apologized. I don't talk about what they did, but they did some really mean things,
Really?
and they end up apologizing
Damn.
because I guess they understood because it happened to them years later.
That's
I won't
weird
say
how
what
that.
happened, but it was something. But it was something not really nice at all. They
Really?
saw something happen, didn't say anything, and lied. But yeah, so
That's crazy.
they came in and they apologized to me. So I understand,
Wow. Huh. That is wild. I
I
was
was
on
just
phone
like,
chat.
I have no animosity. I'm not gonna let that on my conscience. I'm trying to live my life. We can never be friends, but
Right.
I'm not
Yeah,
mad at you anymore. That's all I told him.
that's good. Yeah. You can't let stuff
Yeah,
like that eat you up. You will go crazy
yeah.
if you never, let
It
shit
did
go.
for years,
Really? Yeah.
but yeah. But I was at the point like, you know what? I don't care anymore.
Yeah. That's a good healthy place to get to. All right.
Who was, really a God-fearing man,
You know what?
but didn't have
Hmm.
I was reading Dr. Kip comment.
Oh, let's see. Let me see. This one. Oh
Yeah.
no, misinterpretation. Does this mean that I need to track down all the university freshmen that I have made cry? Yes, you really do. You need to right now and get
Apologize.
those.
This moment.
That's right, and get them like a $20 gift certificate to Hooters.
McDonald's.
Or McDonald's. There
He
you
said
go.
Hooters. So, yeah.
Give you a good time. Sorry that their chicken wings are so small all of a sudden. I'm not in charge of the size of the chicken wings, but yeah, sort of shrinkflation. I don't know. Anyway,
all the puzzle pieces yet. He was still figuring that out. And Peter comes to him and preaches the gospel to him, and he and his whole household get saved. And I just want you to know that, that you're not here by accident. You're not even in this line by accident. There's something that God is drawing, you to him. He has a purpose for your life. He has a plan for your life. He died for you. If you would have been the only person on the planet, he still would have given his life for you.
okay, sorry. Just want to go over a couple of the manipulative things that this dude's saying. First of all, nothing's an accident. Everything's on purpose. If you make any mistakes or anything like that, or any bad things happening in your life, it's not some cosmic accident. It's all building towards something. So that mental, that mental model or whatever, you can feel comfort through that manipulation, right? What was the other one he said? No, I lost it.
Accident. There's something that God is drawing, you to him. He has a purpose for your life. He has a plan for your life. He
has a purpose for your life. He has a plan so that you don't, you don't have to decide things like we were talking about earlier. You could just try to figure out what his decisions are for you, so you don't have to decide stuff, right? So there's that kind of manipulation going on there.
died for you. If you would have been the only person on the planet, he still would have given his life for you.
Okay. And then this dude loves you so much that if you were the only one on the planet, he would still
save you.
he would still get crucified for you. I still think it's weird. I don't know. I'm just like, why did somebody have to get crucified for it? What does that do? You could just tell me that you love me. You don't have to be like, I love you so much. Hold on. Wait, right here. I'm gonna go get tortured to death. I'll be right back. No, I'm just gonna show you how much. Like, no, you don't have to do that.
Yeah,
Please don't
somebody
get
has
tortured.
said, like, why did he, if God
It's good.
controlled everything, why did he have to get rid of himself to save you from himself? I don't know. I have no idea.
To retrofit the Messiah that never actually was the military leader like he was supposed to be, to come and save them from the Romans and everybody else. And so they're like, well, I guess we could just say it's one of the guys that got crucified, and it's a spiritual saving, and that's it. That's all it is. It's kind of like a way to retrofit or rationalize, I guess.
I just know that where are you, God, now with all this crap going on in our country? Why you ain't saving us now?
Right?
Well, be one could God, your only hope. I don't know.
Exactly. Oh my God. Well, and it really makes you think too, because for all those times that but they're always like, oh, God's watching, he's looking out for you, all this stuff. And I always want to just be like, oh, so everything's for a purpose. Oh, well, God's looking out for me and everything. How come the Holocaust happened? How come all this evil, disgusting shit happened in the past? And of course we think it couldn't happen again. But God clearly is not looking out for shit, because he wasn't looking out back then. And I don't think he's looking out now, because look at everything going on right now. We're just starting another war, school of kids
I don't understand.
blown up.
I understand. Didn't
First
that
2
the
seconds
leader,
of the
when the leader, is your leader, whatever leader died, was gone to? I don't know. I was talking to SR during our little interview. Did you hear about what's going on? A little bit. I've tried to keep my mind off of it. So I heard little bits and pieces, but I haven't heard enough because I haven't really been watching it. But my mom and daughter kind of keeping me updated. I don't want to hear that crap. But he's so wonderful. And I'm like, well, how is he wonderful? If you look at it in the sense of, let's say an accident happens and the person gets out of it unharmed and everything, God is good all the time. Then let's say that the person gets an accident, but they get injured, a serious injury. God knew what was supposed to happen. It's still a blessing. If the person dies from that accident, God knows best, and you're in a better place.
Right.
So it's always giving God an excuse no matter what happens.
Yeah.
To make him a good person or whatever.
Because they'll sit there and say that, if you actually do get in the accident or whatever, and something bad does happen to you physically, and you have to live your days out in some way that is, very difficult, then hey, that was God trying to teach you something. He needed you to learn a lesson or whatever. But then they'll also turn around and be like, oh man, you'll hear these stories where they're like, I was supposed to get on that plane or whatever, or drive there, and then the bridge went down or whatever, and God saved me from that. Of course, ignoring all the people that didn't get saved from that bridge going down, even though they were supposed to go down that way that day or whatever, the bridge collapsed. But they'll do both those things simultaneously. And so I'm just like, I don't understand how you can do this. How can you say it was good when bad things happen to you? It's just such a rationalization either way. It's just always them not taking responsibility. That's what it really is. It's
exactly just put it on God.
Right.
I look at all the kids starving, cancer. What? Why?
baby.
See, I understand if something happens to me, so it might be what I deserve because of the things that I did, cause and effect of those things. But an innocent child, what the hell do they deserve to get treated? Like you had the one, I think the adoptive parents got 375 years, but they were adopting Black kids and torturing them.
Wow,
Just white
really?
couple. Yeah, white couple, yeah. So what them little Black kids did for them to get adopted, they already probably was in an unfair home in the first place, thinking they got a better life. Because of course when they're foster parents or about to adopt kids, they have to be good to them. So they probably thinking, I'm about to get a good home, till it wasn't.
And then all of a sudden,
What did they do to deserve that?
Jesus, what a nightmare! My God. Yeah, and
Racist. So they was racist doing that.
got right. I would
'Cause they
imagine.
particularly picked Black kids to do.
Right?
And that's
so messed up.
crazy.
Where was that?
I don't remember. I have to look it up.
Oh, okay. I'll have to check out
But
that.
yeah.
That's fascinating. That's
But
wild.
yeah.
It's awful.
But I'm loving your comment section. They're really great. I gotta see. I read something that had me cracking up. Hold on a second. Oh, what happened? Trying to read up on the comment section. That ain't it.
Yeah, the sun almost. Yeah,
Yeah, somebody.
Hold on,
No, it's a little bit further up.
So, yeah, the sun almost fucking killed me.
Oh.
Some design.
Like
I'm supposed
Tons of
to
Mike.
thank
If you're
God.
the only person on the planet and God gets crucified, aren't you the one pounding the nails?
This is what you're saying. You're the only person on the planet. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, if you're the only person on the planet, Jesus gets crucified for you. Aren't you the one pounding the nail? Yeah, I get you now.
Yeah,
You
for real.
kind
though,
of
that's-
have to be, right?
yeah, nobody else but you and him.
How do you can't get crucified from nobody? I mean, my God, it's like weird.
Yeah. If God is good, why are there cats?
That's
No,
funny.
but yeah,
Yeah.
that's the point. Yeah. So their arguments sound. The more and more I get a little bit of knowledge in this little pea brain of mine, the more more or less sense they make with their arguments.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah, that'll continue to happen. I swear to God.
I'm like, they make no sense.
No, they really don't. My goodness. But all right. Well, hey, we're coming up on 2 hours. That's over 2. We're over 2 hours. I don't know.
I know. I didn't think we were gonna last that
I'm
long. I
sorry.
guess I do. I'm starting to get like you, getting the gift of gab.
Right. Oh yeah.
Because I was sitting there like trying to do the videos now where I do responses and stuff. I thought of funny word now. For the whole
Oh, right.
time, I forgot to think about the word response videos to give
Right.
me something to do without somebody being able to come on my channel. Talk about different stuff.
Right. Yeah.
But
I
I
mean,
just
honestly,
feel
that is the easy. I would say
no.
that's
I'm
the
not
easiest.
Forrest, and he's not Erica. So we're not gonna be on for 9 hours. And I'm gonna see Scream.
That's right. No, not.
I'm not Forrest. He's not Erica. So no, it's not gonna happen.
They went for 9 hours. Forrest and Erica did.
Yeah.
What?
Yes. When I did my stream for the with ask you to be on the after show, but he's weak had to go to bed, go to work and stuff like a weak person.
Yeah, that's right.
So yeah. We started like 7, maybe 6 or 7. He started like right after we did. And I got off, did that and my live stream, and it was still on like 3 hours after that. So like 9
Okay.
hours.
That's wow. That's too much. 3 is killing me. Like I feel like I'm gonna die by 3 hours, and I could not imagine trying to do any more than that. Holy shit, 9 hours.
So me and Maureen are gonna talk in maybe this week. We might talk sooner than Saturday, but our probably interview Saturday. Tommy and Mark Mike gonna be on my show. Matt, I'm sorry, Matt. That's about Matt, Mark Reed, but Matt are gonna be on my show on the 15th.
Oh, cool.
So gonna get everybody on my show. Come to
Sweet.
me. Come to my show.
Them to the spider web.
Come.
Come
Do
to
my bidding.
me. That's hell yeah. Well, hey, thanks so much for hanging out. This was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having me. A lot of fun.
Hell yeah. Anytime. And we'll still gotta set up me going on your show soon.
Yeah.
So.
And us doing our little string party.
Oh yeah. That's right.
Oh,
String party.
String party, yeah.
I understood.
Ain't that what? Yeah. Oh, Deviant, you finally here.
What?
Hey, Deviant.
There's
Though I keep asking her to come on my show, she dissing for everybody else. She has no love for me.
Well, it's from
So, you know what, Mike? Hush.
Jesus Christ. Okay, you know what? Said my third wife. Oh God.
Oh, thank you everybody for watching with us.
No.
Thank everybody for sitting down for 2 hours listening to us gab
right
about these crazy Christian apologists.
Oh yeah. All right.
Oh,
Well,
man. Thank you.
And I guess you kind of answered. How do people find you though? Where would I send people to tell them where to check out more?
Detroit Atheist Queen 247.
Nice. Is that on YouTube?
That's my channel. Yeah, that's YouTube. Yes. Have on. Yeah, YouTube.
Oh yeah.
Detroit Atheist Queen on YouTube 247. Every other place is just Detroit Atheist Queen.
Oh, okay, cool. No, that's helpful. I was gonna say, 'cause I thought you were on more stuff than just YouTube. Too.
But I mean, most of the stuff I do and the other stuff, I just take clips of my YouTube stuff and put it on there.
Right. Yeah. That's a good trick. That's one I like to do so often.
Yeah. I just get my little shorts, make a shorts and put it on TikTok and YouTube. I was on a few people debates and stuff, but I haven't done my own.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's all right. I want to get back into doing that. I used to do quite a few debates and then just kind of stopped doing it.
I want to do more, but I was on Truth Wanted Friday. So I want to do more like call-in shows and stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Truth One is great.
Oh, yes. Java and Jugs and Deep Daily Dives. Yes. The Double D's. Yes.
Double D's.
The Double D show.
Oh, you learned so much on those.
All of us have a D. Me, Lil, and Ember got D's. Together, it's Double D's.
deep and dive. Yeah, there it is. Deep Dive
Daily.
and guesting all over the tubes. Hell yeah.
Yes. Yes.
All right. Well,
that's Monday. Java and Jugs Monday.
That's tomorrow.
Monday. Yep.
Right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
It's coming up quick.
Yep. Monday, 9 a.m. bright and early.
So get to bed early tonight, y'all. Okay.
Yeah. Go to bed. Yes.
No drinking. Right. Not.
Or you drink now, you'll be okay though.
Right. Start now. Actually, you have to start right now. This second.
Start now. Start now. So you can have a couple drinks in. So by the time you get enough sleep, you can get up.
You could drink like 30 or 45 Long Island iced teas if you start right now.
Yeah. So and you still be good to tune in and watch this on Java and Jugs.
I accidentally killed somebody. I'm sorry. Don't do that.
Don't do that, no.
Brentley said I can do it. I can do it.
Just have 20, not 25.
Just 20. But within like 8 hours, I think,
Yeah. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in.
Oh yeah, this was a lot of fun. Thanks so much again. When we'll be on the lookout for when I can head over to your channel. Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be fun. I'll let everybody know.
Yes.
Cool. All right. Well, if you want to support this, If you want to support this channel, there's some ways you could do that. It's all listed here, and all the links are in the show notes. So definitely check that out. But hey, the main thing is to stay logical, stay loving, skeptical, and compassionate. And we will see you next time.
Screwing off and playing round, making fun of Fundie clowns, oozing with contempt and hate. The goofball atheist punk apostate. Punk apostate, punk apostate. We rage against machines of hate. Punk apostate, punk apostate. We're community advocates. We're community advocates.
Are you about to engage in blasphemy?
Already did. All right, see y'all.